everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. Today we are going to be building our Mutadon-inspired bat house, or bat house-inspired enclosure for Mutadon. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're just loading up right now, and I actually had a lot of fun making this. I don't know if I'll make some changes to the outside of the building. I kind of like the sort of like the brick and the metal with the sort of what we're going to be eventually building a fake temple out the front. I might change up in the future, who knows, or make it a little bit more finite, because obviously with the Averys it's got to be pretty darn big to try and make it look like you're actually in there with them, because if you don't do an Avery, they'll just fly off and do whatever they want. Hello Proximus, hello Ray, hello I always say it wrong. Is it? It's Cheetos. That's it, isn't it? It's Cheetos. I see something else in my head sometimes. But yeah, how are we all doing? We living the dream? So, okay, where were we exactly last time? Obviously, as you can see, this is our Averys. We've got four of them together, making this bone sort of shape. We're going to have the building, which will be going around it to try and make it look like you're about to go into a Mutadon style bat house. It's going to be kind of like tropical, cavey, nighttimey. We'll be doing this to the roof. I might start doing the roof on the sides and leave the middle for now, just so I know what to play with when it comes to good old rockery. So let's I think this is on the grid. Yeah, it's on the grid. Lovely. That makes life a little bit more easier. So let's have a look. I think I will use gravel. Gravel's always a good one to use, and then obviously I can put catwalks on top of it to go to any of like the structures we sort of need for ventilation and things like that. I think it's called stone on here, but every time I type in stone it never turns up. What are you called? It is called stone. I just, every time I type up, it never actually shows up for me. Right, okay, so beautiful. I think the way we've done it, let me just check each corner, because I don't have to use the off the grid stuff for the roof. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I hope. So we get to the other side and realize we're not. It's fine. So we can do most of it this way, then it's going to be a good time. So we're going to place this nice and simply down. Like I said, this is just so we can gauge the rock, because I want the rock walls to go to the top, and then around the back you can imagine like off-show kind of things going on, and to explain why there's this humongous gap over here. You just have to think there's off-show stuff in the back. Hello there, how are you? How's Baldur's Gate 3? I am living the dream, thank you very much. I hope you're doing just as well. And Baldur's Gate 3 was an absolute scream. He'll be editing that at some point. I don't know if it'll be out this week or next week, but we'll find out. But it's definitely going to be a fun one to watch. I had a proper scream with Baldur's Gate. The game, I really had no idea what I was doing, but it was a lot of fun. Hello, that random raptor. How are we doing today? Are we doing good? So, I have a question. How many people here use the Mutadon in their parts? And have they made anything kind of interesting or different for them? I'll wait. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good laugh. It was a good scream. Had tons of fun. As well, we'll do some supports in this room that you can see, and sort of like decorate them maybe as tree trunks. For the roof, so that it feels like the roof is supported, and then the rest is supported. They're hidden in the stone and behind the scenes. That's going to be the kind of excuse for realism here. I think we'll do the inside ceiling as well, black. That'd be kind of nice. Really sell its nighttime in there. Oh, I could do like how jarring it will be, but if I use little lights in the ceiling, it might look like starlight. It might be something to experiment later down the line. Just one time on an abandoned facility. You know, I feel like they definitely do suit abandoned facility looks, especially with the way the film is. You haven't used them before, creature of internet? Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where this will be right on this side. We'll select all this, copy and paste it, and drag it to the other side. So, something I often forget to do myself. Like, a lot of time I'll just be clicking and clickety-boo, completely forgetting that was a actual option. There's a weird sound placing this down that seems to keep going through me. It's like a weird metally scrape noise. Actually, is this... No, that's not part of it. Maybe I can just do this. Because we're part of this blueprint, not the actual... That just made things quicker for us. Luckily, I haven't combined all the separate bits yet. I have a feeling, though, this roof is going to be costly with how much ground it's got. I'm going to cover it completely just for a moment, so I can select it and then undo these slabs. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. We know we're gonna have to do one extra. So that's 1,000 there. So I do that. 1,700. I do want to keep this under. I do want to keep this under the 5,000 limit so I can upload it. We might be struggling here. Might be. I don't have Jurassic World Evolution 3, any of the JWE games actually, but while I don't think I'd used a hybrid much, Mutadon seem extremely fun, so maybe. They are pretty fun, and they have some really cool mechanics as well, with the way they move. But yeah, I definitely have been enjoying the Mutadons. Maybe a little too much, you know, I've used them in a lot of things. Okay, well, I kind of want to make life easy for me and just copy and paste everything up. I don't think it's gonna be as good as looking if I just individually go around and bring things to the ceiling, you know. Let's just see what this will look like if I go. Let's use that one bit there to the ceiling. Maybe about there. I know these are breaching. How does it look underneath? Okay, it doesn't look too bad. It just makes the walls feel extra textured. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll go for the individual pieces here, like you are piercing the roof. So we got away with that bit there. Obviously, you are going to be... Are they the same height? They are, aren't they? So, I think they are anyways. We'll do that. And obviously, these gaps here. So we'll hide those gaps. Sorry I'm late. How's everyone doing today? Hello, Kanati! I am living the dream. Thank you very much. How are you doing today, buddy? Yeah, the fact they both fly and move and land is cool. Yeah, it is interesting to watch. I enjoy them. I watched Project Hail Mary over the weekend. It's funny you should say that. Like, I'd watched Project Hail Mary over the weekend, and the same night. It was actually not even over the weekend. It was on Thursday. I watched it, and the funny thing was, it's the same night Joker, my mate, watched it. Oh yeah, I gotta be inside of it, aren't I? So yeah, it's like, oh, you never get to watch this weekend. And you know, last night it was like, oh, Project Hail Mary. You know, like, oh yeah, same. What a coordinky dink, as some people would say. And also when we build the roof on this bit, we can kind of go over that section. This is obviously going to be over, so let's do it like that. Yeah, it was I think that's got to be film of the year by far. It was such a good watch. Oh yes, that's a good cup of coffee. Right, rockery roof place. I'm going to decorate the front first. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the temple idea. I think I might do like a glass. I feel like a temple idea, it sounds cool on paper. I don't know. I don't think it sounds cool on paper. That's the thing. But I don't think it's going to be the ultimate. I don't think it's going to be as crisp. Good to hear friends are alright working and designing a new 2027 banner. What, for your webpage or your channel? Okay, let's sort that rock out. For website and socials. Eh? Nice. I just use screenshots for my banners. Like, the YouTube banner system really annoys me because, like, you have a very small bar if you want it to look the same throughout everything, and it just doesn't look right on other. I don't understand how it works. How I go to some channels and everything looks the same, like all the way through. Like they could individually set the different layers, so like the different like ways you can watch your channel. But like when I ever go to do it, I have to pick the smallest bit so then it carries over to all of them, but then it doesn't look right. Thank you, Kinadi. Thank you very much. It was amazing. It wasn't. Hey, Paleo, I finally created the Mimi enclosure. Can you place it on a cliff? My username is Quetzlover. Wait, what? I finally created a Mimi enclosure. You can place it. Oh, you can place it on a cliff. Let's go. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this Mimi. Visit workshop, bros. That's nice. I like this. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Well, we'll look into that later. Otherwise, I'm going to be bogged down by all the beautiful things that are going on in here. I always get so distracted with the with workshop. Quet sign. Quet's cage. Hey, that looks a bit like the viewing gallery I made. Just slightly things deleted around it. And, I like that. It's cool. You say maybe is it called what's the thing called? Is it just called Mimi enclosure? Maybe. It's called Mimi Cliff Enclosure. Ah, there we go. Oh, look at that. That's ace. A lot of rockery. I like a good amount of rock, and you got your waterfalls going down it. It's nice. That's nice. I like that. Also, what have people made from Mimi enclosures? So, ooh, that's nice. That's that. Isn't that evolution squares? Wait, it's not posted by Evolution Square. Kind of looks. I didn't see the video, but I've seen the pictures. Oh, I love that. That's nice. And the net in there. That's cool. I like that. That's nice as well. And you're very welcome, Ray. Say on the way to Discord, DM whenever you need. Thank you very much. SharkCon was fun. Oh yeah. There's SharkCon. SharkCon even. You held a 3-year-old alligator. Alligators are adorable. Until they try and bite you. But they are adorable. Acrocanthosaurus enclosure. You see, I get 2. That's cool. I get 2. That's actually really cool. I like that, actually. It's nice. I get so distracted by workshop. Oh, I love that. That's nice. That is real nice. I like that a lot. That's cool. It's hard to come off the workshop once you start going. Like this. This is cool. With the, I guess that's one type of rocket. Like roots. I got no roots. St. Vincent's Island. That is the mural from the evolution video. I thought it was. I thought it was. Oh, look at that. Brazilian memorial. Oh, that's cool. It's kind of almost like 2-bit. Like it's done in 2-bit design. That's sick. Evo Minmi. Oh, I take it she made them that then, and then everyone's just like, yes, I need this. I like that fencing. That's a nice custom fencing. It kind of looks a bit like the old Zoo Tycoon 2 dino fencing. Oh, someone's made a Minmi skeleton. That's cool. I love that. Oh, what's this? I like that viewing gallery. It's a nice viewing gallery. And you got this going on over here. This kind of looks like the San Diego one that we've been building for the Komodo San Diego one. A splash thing, nice bit of enrichment going on. This, oh no, I thought it was a singular Gallimimus, and it was just 2 of them. The Minmi Open Aviary. Okay, is that inside an aviary as well? Are they feeding them? What we got going on there? Oh, there's a D-Rex enclosure. It's like it's that's a bit drastic for a Minmi. A small. That's nice. It's cute. What's that in the background? I like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's this? T-Rex Kingdom. That's cool. That's a nice boulder. I like that boulder. Literally, like, it's one of those things that mentally sit in my head as that phrase. I use it so much. Oh, Psychosuchus. Cybersuchus, even. Also got a glow-in-the-dark sea turtle Pharaoh Blazer. Hey, nice one. The fence reminds me of Prehistoric Park. Yeah, that wooden one. What's up? I hope you're having a great day, Alex Swiggle. I am living the dream, thank you very much. Spinosaurus enclosure. I like this. What is that? Jeez, that's an enclosure now. That's definitely for a D-Rex, isn't it? And then, oh, a little Oviraptor enclosure. That's cute. I don't know what to... I think it's because I put the word enclosure in it. I was like, what's this gonna do with Minmi? That's nice as well. The custom... That's... I'm surprised that's even on the workshop. Like, that there is cables. To pull that together, that's cables in it. Or is it actually a new work... Oh, actually, no, it might be the... Is it? I think that is cables. If so, that's a ton of cables. I think... Oh, what's there a... Could it be... I don't think it could be... I'm kind of thinking it's either a ton of cables or it's the walkway thing, but it looks like cables to me. Right, before we get completely distracted with, you know, going through the workshop there, we need to... I need to figure out how I really want the front. I'm kind of thinking... glass? Now, originally I was going to do the cave, like a temple-esque kind of thingy mabooble, but I don't know. I think I want to kind of modernize it just a little bit, just a little bit. It's chicken waffle, clearly. Chicken, I don't know, chicken and waffles in it. I remember it used to be the chef I used to work with, and I used to make like chicken wings and waffles with syrup, and he was just like really, like, he was a very traditional chef and was very conflicted of my food items. Corrugated, there we go. My food choice was disturbing him ever so slightly. But yeah, well, you know, chicken wings with waffles and syrup. It was solid choice of dinner. Are you planning on going on DinoCon? No. It's all the way like down south from where I live. I think it's a 3-hour drive from where I live. And I don't particularly like driving as it is. And plus I can't even remember when DinoCon is, what day it is. But any time between the end of this month and September, I could be expecting the newest addition to the family. So yeah, there's also like a kind of a no travel kind of thing going on. If DinoCon was up north, or like, you know, like somewhere like Manchester, then I'd definitely be down for it. But I don't fancy the travel. Oh yeah, today's podcast was cracking me up this morning. Excited to see Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, Lakota, Trap and Panzer kind of all were playing through as well. So fun. Yeah, he was saying he was playing that with you, and he had a good time. And yeah, but Baldur's Gate, it was a good laugh. I definitely enjoyed it. Some mess ups here and there, which was just cracking. Okay, I'm gonna build it. I am gonna go for this sort of modern sort of style. What we're looking at here, maybe 2 cursors apart. It's a very accurate way of measuring. Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 cursors from this point here. Maybe just a touch. It's a super accurate way of measuring. Professionally measured. You know, that's the only kind of thing I'd say is lacking on this building game, is a way to properly measure stuff. I mean, yeah, you can do it with, like, you know, the grid, but I mean more intricate measuring. I'm still massively struggling to make a geosphere. I've been practicing for ages, and it's still messing up like no tomorrow, this geosphere. And it's driving me insane. No, I just realised something. I don't really need that one. I'm trying to be efficient. There we go. In item usage. Efficiency key. You want to add it to the workshop. Because I want to do like a with the geosphere, I want to do like an indoor tropical house build, which even more so I want to do it for Minmi and maybe another small creature, and have it a bit like a butterfly building. So this really big geosphere dome, not made out of glass. I want to use wood and have like the wooden geosphere shapes, and then I'm probably going to use corrugated translucent plastic for the glass into it, and then but making it is hell. It really is, because also you need to make a geosphere work, you need precise measurements, and making it's not going well at all. Oh, it's this weekend, DinoCon. Baldur's Gate 3, save Mummy Mithra. Look, man, I'm not paying you, Judge. What are you eating for? Meal I asked for. Wait, what have I made? Oh, yeah, about this. About what I said before. Professionally measuring eyeball till it hurts. Yeah. I mean, the game has 1,700 endings or something, so technically you can't mess up. Oh, Dino Guy messed up. He messed up real big at one point. It was brilliant. An old Irish man told me speed is key. So which is it? I don't know. I don't know. Just say you want to make a giant Disney Epcot golf ball. Near enough that, but not like that. It is. Oh God, the zoo. There is a zoo I built. I used the elephant enclosure to inspire for my Amargasaurus build. I can't think of the zoo's name, but in the same place they have this butterfly house. Or when I was actually watching a video tour of it, it was actually not in use and didn't have the plastic coverings. So I don't know if it still is in use or what year that video was, but that's kind of what the inspiration was behind it. I was either going to have one giant one or 3 separate ones. Also kind of inspired by the Prehistoric Kingdom, or Prehistoric Park even, insect house. Because it has that kind of look. So why you smooth this side, but you're not smooth this side, even though you are exactly the same as the other side? It's interesting. Interesting dilemma. But a dilemma solved. I also need to get rid of the glitchy witches. I hope you get popular. Oh, thank you very much. Oh yeah, I just do this for fun, really. I do this for a load of fun. Okay, so we could probably change that to wood. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that. The walk through the houses at Chester are amazing. Has frog. Chester Zoo's always a great zoo to go to. Henry Dolores, however, it's called the Desert Dome. That makes you sweat. I bet that's warm. It was the Eden Project Mediterranean Zone. Jeez, that was toasty in there. That was real toasty. Right, so for the floor, we're going to use wood. This track, however, is going to be poking through it. Well, see, this is nice and bright on the outside. So I'm going to... There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to kind of make this be nice and bright with this front. Do I make a Mutadon mural? I don't even know how I'd do that, but I suppose if there's a will, there's a way. Right, wood, floors, most important. Just type in wood. Right. So there is going to be this slight issue of this track poking through it, but we're going to navigate that by making a beautiful planter to go into it. Why can I? How? That's interesting. It's like I'm taking it. Why is it ghosting like that? That's... Why the decals? If I place it like that, that's not how the... I've never seen that. I've never come across that before. That's interesting. To be honest, we don't care for that. We can just do it here. Okay, maybe we do it this way. I mean, to be honest, the guests aren't walking through this anyway, so I suppose it doesn't quite matter. That's kind of weird though. We can hide with planters. When in doubt, hide the little happy accidents with planters. You know, it forces you to add more life to your builds. That's what I'm gonna say. It's forcing me to add more life to my builds, which is also a problem because then that means more item usage. Let's do that. I don't remember this happening when I did it with my Dimorphodon house, which is interesting. They dropped the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Yes, I've seen that. It looks cool. I haven't seen the one for Alien Fireteam Elite 2 though, so I'll have to have a nosy at that. See you later, Ray. You have a good one. You have a good one. And thank you for popping in. Okay, so this is where we're going to have the stairs. So we type in wood again. We don't actually have to do the planter in the middle now. We can just do the planter on the sides. So go to pause. That's how we're going to do it. We know that's faced like that, like that. Doop, doop, doop. Bring you down. Bring you this way, bring you that way. Is there... Okay, never mind. Maybe I didn't need stairs after. Okay, so yeah, what we'll do is we'll copy and paste this like that. We do it like this and you do it like that, just to hide. Why am I doing that? Just make this bigger. See, sometimes I forget. There we go. That gets rid of the dirt. Actually, we can leave it like that, because then that's sort of like this. Get rid of that. Then we are going to do we'll do the glass last. We'll go to planters. I don't need a wood planter per se. What kind of planter am I feeling? Do I fancy concrete? Do I fancy some? I feel this might add to the cave. You know, the cave kind of feel to it. It's metally, you know, and you can't get metals in caves, otherwise known as mines. So I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to extend the size of it. I'm going to bring it over here like so. I think we're going to be hiding this doorway as well, just a smidge. Decorate it up a little bit, make it feel friendly and welcoming and warm inside. Proximus is on a 100 stream streak. Jeez, 100 streams. Thank you very much, Proximus. Alien Farting 2 as Aliens fan. I wonder what the crazy new aliens they came up with this time. You know what I really miss? Like, I was a massive fan of Alien vs Predators. That game was absolutely epic to play with. Obviously, people did complain a lot about it being, like, not being balanced, which I don't think technically is the point. Usually they're the people that are always stuck on the human team complaining it not being balanced, which I don't think the point of it was to be balanced. Always cracked me up, that did. See, this is where the issues come in. There's items I would like to use. However, due to the nature of these items being glued to grid only, does complicate things slightly. But I think I'll... Oh, actually, yeah, metal door might be nice. We see then, it's not even. It's not in the middle. And there's no off the grid door. I'm gonna have to just make me one up. Let's face it here. Just do this, a little bit of that. Do that. I think if we increase, can I increase the size all the way to the top? Near enough. I mean, we can give it like a little lip. A little lip. I think we'll do... I'm gonna do like That maybe. Bring it up a little bit more. Boom. And then it's 3 and a bit panels inwards. So up to the 3 and a bit. I think that suits well and right. We'll just increase the size to max so that it matches the girth for the other one. When is the Dino Dales? Unfortunately, we've got a Dino Dales video yet. The build is incomplete. I have had another video to edit, but there will be a Dino Dales. If not this Friday, it'll be next Monday. Wait, I just realised something. Even my goofy measuring is not going to plan here. I'm gonna say I'm hoping there. Is that right? No. Is that right? I think so. We'll live. We'll live. Okay, let's get our person for scale out. By leaf. There we go, that's least person for scale. We'll give them a beautiful, decent amount of headroom. Yes, the warm and welcome smell of Mutadon poop and decaying corpses. Makes nice for a cave enclosure, yes. Predator and Alien films are fun. No one wanted to play them. I enjoyed playing the Marines because it was terrifying in that game. I wouldn't trust Disney with the Alien or Predator franchise. I mean, so far the movies have been pretty on point. I've enjoyed the movies they've made. Yes, indeed. Have class. Hello to the YouTube chat. Hello, Dialect Dreams over there. Hey, how have you been? I have been living the dream, thank you very much, Francis. How have you been? I'm back! Welcome back, Ray. Cool. Quite literally after the heat wave, it's 20 C and below, but the heat is coming back up soon. Yeah, it's just stayed 20, which still isn't a pleasant temperature for me. I like a nice, 12, 13 or below. Okay, what kind of plant do I want in here? I think a fern, maybe. I do like a fern. Maybe. I mean, it's kind of. Do I want a fern? Maybe a bamboo. Bamboo's always nice. Show me the bamboo. There we go. Look at that. Maybe we'll do that. We'll bring it down a touch. It's kind of glitching through the wall a little bit too much, though. If I have it there. See, I love bamboo. Do I love bamboo in this game? It's hard to love. Maybe lipstick tree. Maybe a bit of that. Lipstick tree is pretty nice. One of my favourite plants in Planet Zoo. Yeah, maybe, yes. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna do that. Then what we'll do is we'll slap a smaller one in between, just to make it feel a little bit different and extra. Then I think we might add some kind of bush below. Oh, maybe not grass. I use grass too much. I use you too much. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Maybe don't want that. We'll go for it. And then we'll use the flowery one to just add some scents. Just to prepare your nose before you smell the. If you've ever been in a bat house, you often know they smell ripe. They are very ripe indeed. Predator Badlands so far has been the best Predator sequel. I really enjoyed the. Was it called Prey? The one with the Native Americans? I did enjoy. I love that one actually. The bony kind of Predator looked awesome. I have my problems with Alien Romulus, but the first scenes, so with the mining colony, were great. True. See, I get too lost in the story to like nitpick things. I really did enjoy the Alien and Predator films they've made so far. They could tell me Predator was stupid. He forgot how his weapons worked. Wait, what? What did I miss? Guessing seeing the claw marks all over the door, tour entrance, and the tour vehicles. What do you mean? When did he forget how his weapons work? I don't remember this. They could tell me. I don't know. I'm trying to remember when that was. I didn't even was aware he forgot his weapons. The Predator and Prey? I don't remember him. Look, I remember his weapons malfunctioning. Forgot his helmet guides in the bolt gun and kills himself. Maybe he was just distracted, you know. Alien Earth was interesting. Have I watched Alien Earth? I think I might have. No, I don't think I've actually watched Alien Earth yet. Which is the rock that's sticking through here? It is you. It is you? Is it? Yeah, it's you. It was the Predator Killer. Oh yeah, the edited. That was ace. I like that one. Okay, I'm actually quite happy with this. I kind of want to cover this, but if I cover that, I won't be able to use it myself. And I want to be able to use it. Like, I want this to be an experience. The collisions are beautiful. Like, if I go now, I walk through here, I can just... And just like, yeah! Okay. So I'm going to leave it as an experience you can use. What we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste that through the other side, like so. Actually, do I do that? Or do I make... No, actually no, I think I'm going to do rocks. But then that... Maybe do that all the way through though. No. I will copy it all the way through. Like this. And then we'll do like a rocky cave outlet into that. I can imagine they adapted the Dark Horse comics for AVP into an animated series. Like, don't get me wrong, I like animated series. I much prefer live actions over animateds. Like, I'd love to see more live action stuff. Roofs. I'm after glass now. Good old glass front. There we go. I might... I'm gonna do that. We'll do this. We'll have to make a nice little concrete trim for the bottom here. Why are you not? No. We'll do it with this. I don't know why this one just randomly became slightly wonky. So I'm going to go all the way around the bottom with a concrete trim. duplicate. I'm going to duplicate that anyways to the top, and then we'll just submerge it into the ground. Because I only want it like to there on there. There we go. Dupe that. We'll use probably a piece of metal for the corners. Issue is, how do I want to do said front? How in the corner is this? It's a solid about an 8 cursor. Is it? Am I being blind? We'll slap that there. We'll drag this all the way through. Bring you to the edge. No, I've been right. So we got kind of a decent gap there. Okay, that checks. That checks out. Realize the actions you're limited to what human being possibly. I know, but it looks so much better. I prefer live action Alien Predator 2, but for now, realistically, it's more probable to have some crazy and brutal, which a franchise deserves and needs. To get crazy and brutal, the animation, that is. Yes, the animated can highly elaborate and stylized scenes, and people won't mind. Do we think the Denversaurus has got a shot against the big dino guy? I'm looking forward to seeing all the artwork for that. But I feel like your Denversaurus has got to make it in the. It's like the creepiest one out there, that's for sure. Okay, for one floating head or attached head, I'm working on a Halloween design for my banner. Floating head with fire around it, but like is it Ghost Rider? No, Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Has anyone here seen Batman vs Predator comics? I've heard about them on YouTube, but I've never actually seen it myself. Hello, Petri. How are we doing? Yeah, she'll do that. Make it a blue flame as well, or a green flame. I think a green flame might be a bit more extra. Do you want to do a? No, I won't do a glass roof. I think it looks. This is why we need plain pieces of glass. Look, if I type in the stone in floor, the stone one that I actually want doesn't actually rock up. So I'll go digging around for the stone one. Even though, as you can see, it's called stone. So we're gonna shrink this down, make it as thin as possible for the metal we're going to be using. I know they also did AVP versus Superman. I couldn't see Superman losing. I couldn't. That seems a bit like unfair on the Predators, to be honest, having to go against Superman. Terminator, RoboCop, Marvel, evil Disney green flames. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking with it. Now the guy's only showing the top 10, right? Yeah, he's showing the top 10. I don't know if you'll do honorary mentions, but I feel like you might get... Like, it's just such a creepy way of doing dinosaur drawings. It's really hard not to notice. You know? A dinosaur made completely of toes. When's the Denversaurus got to be in? I've forgotten. And that artwork's got to be in. Oh. I think they even did a recent run with Craven the Hunter and joins the Predators and teaches them to hunt the Marvel unit. That sounds actually kind of cool, to be honest. Okay, so I'm happy with that one. metal. Let's go and get our usual suspects. Make that large. We'll get some small ones just to be on the safe side. That means I'll like that piece. I also want to get rid of that. I want to go to trims. Where there's the trims. I want maybe I want a stone trim. I kind of like that, to be honest. So bring that there, kind of like that. I just realized, is that really... They're inwards, right? Let me spin you around. On the glass on the outside. This is quite an easy fix. No big major hiccups. And then we'll be just copy and pasting it on the other side. We'll do an exit entrance sign. Twenty-third. What? Oh, and it's got to be in the artwork. Have you done one creature of internet? AVP versus Jurassic World would be terrifying. Can you imagine? I mean, there's already like a T-Rex skull on that ship. Hello, Lego King. How are we doing? Costa Rican government would have napalmed all of Isla Nublar. Yeah, probably would have. There we go. I'm gonna do for now, just throw you there. Do the same on the other side. Oh, were these? Oh yeah, you were already technically the right way around, weren't you? Spin those ones back. There we go. Let's bounce move. How far out are you? Not very. I think we're a bit hasty with that. It was like... Nah. I started one, I don't know if I'm finishing it. You got 3 days. You got a free shot in there. Predator land on Isla Nublar to hunt an abandoned temple in the north restriction section, releasing aliens. Aliens overrun, attacking dinosaurs and guests. Owen has to work on the predators. That's definitely an interesting. That'd be an interesting movie, that's for sure. I'm going to duplicate that. That's not exactly. That's going to be a bit low, isn't it? We are hiding up there metal, so let me see if I... No, because that looks weird with that. To be honest, we could just use... that's where we could put the sign. So I think we'll use the... what's it called? Scan down. Be easier than trying to flex my brain to remember. Especially at this time of day. Where are we? Concrete? No. Okay, not copper. Got plenty of copper in there. I want... Is it called a panel? Yeah. Panel 1. What's panel 2 have to offer? Panel 2. Oh, blaster. I think we'll go with panel 1. We're gonna do... We're gonna make out this. Stretch it big. And I can change the colour of the panel. Actually, no, we're not going to stretch it big because, man, that's... I mean, actually, I could use the other panel then. Panel. No. spot it wrong. Wait, actually, something else I could use. I use the trims. I use it for signs. There we go. Look at that. Are you the biggest panel? No. Anything bigger and flatter? We'll use this one. It's going to make my piece count a little bit more excessive than I wanted, but we can make this perfect then. Without to have it look weird. Kind of goes in with a glass. You know? If we want to, we can change the colour. Indominus breaks out and gets infected by the queen face ogre, making a hybrid of the dinosaur and alien queen. Henry Rue gets his heroic sacrifice, telling the hybrid queen to get away from his creations. That's I love it already. That'd be fun. That'd be a ton of fun to see. That should be like a fan-made comic, I bet. Because actually, wait, doesn't Disney own Universal? I'm pretty sure they do own Universal, don't they? Oh, they could do that then, couldn't they? If you think about it. Wait, Disney? I thought Disney did own Universal. I know they bought Fox out. Not that much. I'm gonna do it about here. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Leaving 3 in the middle, duplicate those downwards like that. Okay, beautiful. Oh, actually, that works out quite nicely, that. Kind of actually looks like it's that Jurassic World theming. Because we can't get the bit that we wanted there, we're gonna go and do concrete. Make a slight little ramp. Think about our wheelchair users that could be visiting our park. There we go. Make things accessible. I'll make that middle-ish. There's also got to be, there we go, collision. Let's just test this, see if we can still walk in here. That we can! There we go. So the whole point here is that it's able to walk through yourself. Universal owns Universal, their enemies with rival theme parks globally. Maybe they can work together a little bit. And Sony can work with Universal. With, not Universal, with Disney. Maybe they could, just to make that happen. I can't wait to play Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Oh, I want to play again. It was so good. It was so much fun. Okay, there we go. I'll dupe that. If I do this, is this going to work out? Or is it going to be sticking into the aviary as an eyesore? And you see it. You can't see it. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. Make that a little bit further out. Boom. Do you make multiple parks at once, or do you only focus at one at a time? So I've got the Dino Dales. That's my main park. We've got a Site B in progress at the moment, so a wildlife park. And then this is my blueprint land, where if I'm making something that's not going to fit in anything, but I still want to make it, then I make it on here. I mean, saying that, there is a build on here which probably would fit in Dino Dales. We can see this is just like random bits and pieces. This was for like is it an April? Yeah, an April Fool's thing with another content creator where we put our videos on each other's page. So I made them a Shunosaurus house, saying that Shunosaurus was coming to evolution. And this is, not far from being a Shunosaurus, to be honest, the Yankeedoculus. So we had the Shunosaurus house based off a elephant house, which is a very wacky elephant house. Technically, the elephant house that I was basing this off doesn't have this. They only have this section here. And then what they do is they walk the elephants through the zoo to a field, which is crazy to me. This was like one of the first things I actually did. We did like a very small challenge with Danagai and Lakota to make a exhibit under, I think it was half an hour, I think. So that was just me messing around, and I'd never used the what do you call it? The dinosaur encounter. So I made 2 separate dinosaur encounter buildings, this being one of them, which I based as a education center. And actually, edit group, confirm, lighting, always on. We can do that now, actually. So yeah, this was such a fun build. This one I made as like an education center, so that obviously takes you straight to the actual animal encounter bit. Was like made it so like classrooms upstairs. We had this nice little sign here, tells us about schools. And it's like a walkway to get more people to walk through this. We put a toilet at the end, and then it also works as a viewing gallery. Why is there an Indoraptor in there? I don't know, but there is one. But yeah, we had the toilet, and I did not realize all the grass when I did this at first would go all the way through, but it kind of adds to the decoration with the plants on the side as well. So I kind of left it. Yeah, that was a fun build. What else have we got going on here? We got our San Diego build, which we haven't finished yet, but we've almost finished. I just need to do some more trims around the outside, sort of decorate the outside area, because the inside's this building is nicely done and completed to the way I wanted it. Nice little heat lamp there. Somewhere, did we call him Sebastian? Was he Steve? Sebastian the Dimetrodon in here is all decorated with a nice little scratching pole for them. What else what have we got going on here? This is a experiment I've never finished, but I was going to be making a little, as you see, compass Naples indoor house and outdoor area. Never got around to finishing this, but there's that there, because I wanted it so, it was higher up on the inside, so when guests were stood there, you could sort of see into it, and then obviously come down to a lower, bigger outdoor area. This was me faffing around making domes and getting the ones that I wanted to look for this over here. I was going to do like a glass walkway tunnel through the middle of it, but ended up going for a different adventure altogether. This was my other build for the encounters. This was the Dino Barn, which was this was fun to make. Made it look like a bit of a cornfield here. Made it definitely look like guests are walking all over here. Ton of fun doing that one as well. I think this one took longer to build than that one, trying to get it to look right in my mind. Over here we have the underwater Hodors, inspired by Path of Titans. It's a shame we can't make bumpy terrain in here, because it would make it look a little less flat and weird looking. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we have the Zoo Tycoon 1 Pteranodon house. This was another fun one to make. Actually, as well, we can also sort the lighting out now. Lighting, always on. Let's have a nosy in there, because this was a good one. So obviously there's stuff in here to attract our guests. I made custom signs for it. Flying reptiles, ? Pteranodons. I haven't made a custom sign in a while. Obviously toilets in here. They sort of look in. Obviously the staff would go through this door and go through this little walkway to sort out anything. Got themselves a shop called Gliders, Fire exit, of course, health and safety, using the bit of water there to make this pond. And inside here, which I can actually technically update this a bit, I've hidden it quite well, to be honest, with the rock work here, but that's a perch. So the flying reptiles, even though they don't recognize this item as an item, they all just fly through it regardless if collision is on or not. But they will come in here and land, which is always good fun. This I need to come back to. I'll show you in a second, but I've made 2 Call of Duty maps, and I wanted to make Rust. Now, this was before the piping we got in Rebirth, which I need to experiment with to see if I can get a nice kind of rusty look to it. But yeah, I was in the middle of making Rust from Modern Warfare, which then leads us to these 2 builds. This one here is the shipment map that I've made for fighting dinosaurs in. This was actually the first thing I ever built. Frontier were nice enough to give me the game early, before release, to build some things. And the first thing that came to my head, for some reason, was shipment from Call of Duty. So yeah, I did that for Dino Fights. And then shortly after that, I built Nuketown. And obviously in a bigger space here than it actually needs to be, so dinosaurs can actually properly fight. And the only place to drop them off would be here and over here, so then they have to come to the middle to fight. This took me a while to build, but it was definitely a ton of fun to make. And it's probably as close as you could probably get to doing Nuketown in this game with the current buildable items. And I called it Dino Town. Yeah, that's it. Dino Town. Even going as far as making the, you know, little decorative stuff here at the back, the plants. One day I might do inside the building, so if we get even more, like, pieces, I would maybe make it so I could build inside there. But that's as far as that got. Then this bit I really do love. This was nice and simple, little kind of sun shader I made. It's a lot of items. It's like nearly 500 items in that. What have I missed in chat? Yeah, the new Battlefield 6 map looks awesome. My mate Sam Gujon's been playing it, and I got a good look at that. It was ace. Like, yeah, also he was live streaming a little bit before me. Shame there isn't lagoon bushes up. Yeah, there needs to be more lagoon plants in this game. And they can port them over from, you know, Planet Zoo 2 as well. I bet there's loads of good stuff going on with that. You know, that you could probably bring into the... I don't know if you can port things over from Planet Zoo into this. I mean, there's already a lot of the same plants, so I'd suggest it probably works quite well. A train brush for a lagoon would be nice. Yes, you have built a sign for that creature. I need to add that. Hopefully lagoon update soon. Yes, fingers crossed. I really want a massive update. This is my other build for Mutadons, which if you haven't seen, I absolutely love this one. This is a good fun. I was playing Planet Coaster, just chilling on it, at Planet Coaster 2. And I was like, why not make like a kind of theme park attraction for the Mutadons? Because then it doesn't have to make sense with them not being covered. And yeah, so we have the Mutadon nest, which is inside a volcano of a castle, slightly inspired by Shrek. You know, the first one. All these like little bones knocking around, skeletons actually walking through this burnt out forest. The viewing gallery itself is a castle. And I think this might have been the first thing I kind of properly built for the Mutadons. After realizing the big vents here, I was playing the campaign and I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of smoke coming from that. More smoke than anything we have. And it was a particular vent in the game with the Rebirth DLC that has this. I was like, this is perfect for a volcano build. So yeah, we have this, like, you know, loads of dead animals everywhere, fossils, Mutadons being Mutadons. Yeah, this was just a good build. This was just like a bit of fun. Move to Prehistoric Kingdom. I do love Prehistoric Kingdom. Oh yeah, this is my collection of Dimetrodons. There was a nest in there originally. But no, we're not playing Prehistoric Kingdom today. We are on Jurassic World Evolution today. This one was a fun build. This one I made for the Majungosauruses. Again, this was just nice, simple enclosure to place down, which is hooked up to that viewing log gallery there. Like different areas of view. Again, information signs. A backstage area for them. What else have we got? Oh yeah, this I started making, and then like this was 5,000 items, so I couldn't do the inside. But then I uploaded it to workshop. I was like, well, if you want to finish it, you can do. I was obviously hit the mark, and somehow the person managed to strip down enough items to do the roof as well as the inside, and then they uploaded it to workshop. It was absolutely awesome. But yeah, this was a good fun build. I'm trying to think when I think this is probably the third or second thing I made. And this is my most popular item on the workshop. This log viewing gallery, which is also a nice place for your pterosaurs to perch. And again, this is probably one of the first aviary builds I did. When I was sort of experimenting and seeing what I could make and what I could get away with. And I'm still surprised. This is my most damn loaded item on the workshop. And it's also one of my most simplest of things. I like Tiktaalik. Nobody's saying something except me. Yeah, oh man, Tiktaalik is a cool creature. I think my favourite animal in Prehistoric Kingdom has to be the Weishi, though. Absolutely love Yi. And before we go back to our build, this is probably one of my favourite things I've ever built in Evolution. I'm trying to remember the zoo that this is based on. But it's technically the Albert C. Staslig elephant exhibit, not a Margosaurus exhibit. This is my inspiration for this build. And they can actually go inside of these through this here. And then obviously I've had to put the food in there to encourage them to go inside. But this is the bedding, the little viewing area. You can technically shut them in if you want to at night. Fake feeder there. Bit of enrichment. Something's flying around. I see the shadow. It's a Dimorphodon. Loose one. Was it themed after Chris? Oh yes, Christian Bale Dragon film. Absolutely love that one. It is Reign of Fire. Such a cool movie. I'd love to see a remake of that. 600 fruit bats in your living room, or 70. Oh, fruit bats, right? I love fruit bats. I mean, it'd be a bit smelly after an hour or two of them being in there, but yeah. I absolutely love them. I think that's everything I've got on here. Everything of importance, I suppose. But yeah, anyways, back to the Bat House build. Yeah, Reign of Fire was such an epic movie. Just Christian Bale and... Who? I've forgotten the name of the other actor. Doesn't he play Flash in Cars? No, it's not him actually, it's someone else. Who is it? Who is it? Who's the other actor that plays the tough American man? Oh, I'm trying to think his name. He was in Tropic Thunder. I can't remember his name, but man, it was a movie and a half, that one. Did like 7 new animals for your Planet Zoo. Nice. What animals did we add? What animals are now enjoying your zoo? Come on. Come on. There we go. I think that's about right. There we go. To that there. I don't know. Is that too... No, it's going to be too much that there. Beautiful. Can you put Stomasuchus in a lake? Stomasuchus in a lake? Stomasuchus isn't in this game, unfortunately. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, that's the one. Joe Butler's brother, and oh shoot, what's his name? But yeah, man, it's just a really out there movie, wasn't it? Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna make a sliding door here. Now it's a metal. We're gonna trim off this a little bit. We're gonna be using the same metal but thinner. Wait, is this not the same? There we go. Oh, what about any other? Unfortunately, there's no crocodilians in this game. There ought to be. There is a mod for Dino Sucus, if I'm rightly, but I'm not really going as much as I want the Rancor. I'm not actually using any mods in this game. Just till it's complete. Once the game's complete, you know, I might delve into mods, but there's just so much going on in this game that you don't really need to use mods. I'll keep you just in case. There we go. Whatever happened to Community Park? Oh yeah, there's Community Park. I just haven't been on it in a while. Like, at the moment, life is very busy. Like, if you've noticed, I usually like a video like every day. And then life got very busy this summer with kids going to school and all the rest of it and various other things going on in life at the moment. I just haven't had the time to do as much as I'd like to. So, Community Park is still there. And I will bring it back eventually. It's just like, I barely have time to do what needs to be done at the moment. Oh, this is not going to work, is it? It pains me to say it. This is not... I don't think this is going to work. Oh, it might do. It might do. I think it might just be... I bring this up to like that. If I bring this all the way... This is where I learned that this is not even. This is where I learned it's not even. Okay, it's fine. We'll drag the wall on the other side as well, so it looks like it goes into it. I mean, it practically does here, doesn't it? I didn't mean to click you. There we go. See you later, turkeys. You have a good one. I want the Araparamian so badly in Planet Zoo 2. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice ad. Granted, Rain of Fire used tons of pyrotechnics to make the movie look believable. Yeah, an obscenely amount. Like, probably nearly as much as Vietnam. Definitely worth it though, because that film really does hold out. Like, to this day, I think. I mean, there's some bits like, I think Matthew McConaughey stood on top of a tower yelling at a dragon. I think the CGI to that looks pretty dated, but nevertheless, it is really good. We're going to do it like that, I think. Then we're going to copy and paste all of this backwards. So yeah, I won't use many items. Still stuck on... I mean, this definitely does look pretty. This is definitely looking good. I'm using an obscene amount of items just for the entrances. I got to copy and paste this as well. Every time I say the word obscene, I just can't help but think of Marilyn Manson and that song. Okay, I think I want to ignore that. But I can't. If you could add any of the following 4 features to Jurassic World Evolution 3, what would you add? 1 glass fence that works, 2 dinosaurs able to climb, 3 working dinosaur enrichment, or Jurassic World Evolution 3 franchise mode. Ooh. Franchise mode would be cool. It would definitely add a lot of extra playability and community building to the game. And that would be a pretty solid add. But out of that, I would probably have to go with working dinosaur enrichment. I really do enjoy making the fake enrichment, but honestly, it would be so much better if there was enrichment for them to interact with, you know? Okay, this can come back just a touch. Just a touch. Just a touch that way, about that. Okay, the question is, can I get through the sliding door still? Ah! Maybe I don't think this is gonna work for me whenever I do collision off. Might work. Maybe. Cross your fingers. Don't hope to die. Ah, let me in! The question is, what is stopping me? Maybe it may be the bars, maybe? I'm tied between. You're tied between, are you? Which ones are you tied between? I'm guessing you're typing. Climbing and climbing would be good. I'd love climbing as well, because then it make climbing frames interesting. Especially, like, I made that really cool, like, climbing frame for Utahraptors as well as the Indoraptor. That was good fun. Okay, it's the glass doors. It's the very thing I really wanted to be. Maybe if I just etch it just a touch, because it's going to go through the wall otherwise. I do it about there. Do it about there. See, it's coming through. I don't want to... Maybe that. Oh, come on, please. Don't torture me. Ah, it's... If I go sideways... God, I know I'm not that fat. Let me in. Okay. What we're going to do is... Right. Even though it's wonky, it looks perfect on each side, which makes no sense to me. So if I bring it this way, like that, I'm gonna guess if I move you this, or maybe if I select both of you and move you both this way, it's not noticeable. You're pretty thick on that side, so let's... Ah! Thank you for the flute music. Yes, this park is not opening at this rate. Let's try again. Did we... See, this looks nice. It looks nice, but it doesn't work. You know. Let's try again. Oh, that works, but... Look how far that's sticking through. Not sticking through that side, though. Annoying. Let's try this. Advanced move. Okay, let's do that. Let's bring this up. Is that poking through it all? Just a smidge. Which way is that going to go? Actually, that worked out nicely. It's still working out. Oh, okay, no, this has worked out. This has worked out. I didn't have to worry too much. Just a little bit of movement here and there. Hello, Enzo. Enzo Leonardo. Hello, Enzo. Can I just call you Enzo? Enzio, maybe. How are we doing? How are we doing? The proper is CGI has gotten cheaper and practical effects, yeah. Expense were lost in transition somewhere, yeah. I much do prefer practical effect over CGI. Or if you blend it in well enough, then it works, doesn't it? Oh, I'm happy. That's this side of the entrance. Yeah, we've done it. Is there anything selected that shouldn't be selected? I think we're fine here. Duplicate it, bring it across. Boom. I'm just trying to level it out a little bit. So we know it's like that on the other side. I think we're good. Boom. Right, okay, which rock are you? I'm gonna guess you are this rock? Yeah, you are that rock. You're part of the rock. Let's not have the... Okay, there's another rock. No. I mean you. Okay, are you... Yeah, you are this rock, aren't you? Do that, a little bit of that. Okay. We are in business! Okay, let's see how... let's just double check that door. First person mode. And then we are in. Well, we've got an entrance now. A nice entrance. Quite happy. I'm actually really happy with it. It looks, obviously we can slap an exit and an entrance on that side. The question is though, how many items is this? I'll get rid of our man for now. We'll just move you over here. How many items? 1,632. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting. Let's just make sure our... Yeah, this is all big enough. Just like, woo! Look at this guy. Just like, yeah. Stick him there, like, hello. Okay, it's time to decorate the inside. Plant it up a little bit. Tidy some areas up. We're going to do like a cavey kind of rocky thing here, I think. So we're going to place him right there. He's the master planter, this one. Now I've got to think. I've got to do like caves in and out. Obviously plants on the actual soil area. I'm going to leave this obviously open here, so then, you know, water and things. Instead of faffing around with tons of soil. We also need to do the... I think I will use rope. I keep umming and ahhing because then, you know, thing, if I use rope and pole all the way around this, one, it's going to be tedious to add. 2, it's going to be a lot of items. Like a lot of items. Kind of also half tempted to throw compies into here. Collision is mixed. Well, collision should be just off in total now. What's the soil at? Oh, all that's off. I might add compies in here to be all cute and small animal-like. It'd be like when you go to Egyptian bat enclosures, they probably have Jerboa with them, because the Jerboa are the cleanup crew for the bats. They eat the bat poo and various other food, obviously. And also, in the story, the compies were there as waste management as well. So it kind of goes pretty 2 and 2. I'll see you later, Lego King. You have a good one? Okay, so right. Let's jibber jabber. Let's get this. Actually, let's sort this path out. Just finish it off to the actual build like this. We have a slight issue that there's the track there, but we'll worry about that another day. I don't think you're going to see that in the darkness. It's obviously going to be adding it fairly dark here. Okay, I want to also adjust that. It just needs to be like an inch just that way a little bit, I think. And then when we bring this upwards now, I think that might be center. We just level it to that, I think, a bit more. Think about there, I think that's straight. There we go. Okay, so that's now got that. We could do a rock water fountain in the middle as well. I know we're doing a waterfall of this. So, let's get the rock going first. Probably not use that one, because if I do put this on, get to put this on the workshop, this one adds it to the desert. It's going to be different from the rest of the rock. So I want a piece that we're going to use as flat. It's crazy thick. Thank you very much, Kanati. 10 o'clock. We've got half an hour left. Time really flies when you have fun. It really does, doesn't it? This game, like, you can get so lost so easily. Like, you'll be playing it and you're like, oh, it's only been 10 minutes. You look at your clock and it's been like nearly, what? Like, it's been hours. I think I made a meme of that ages ago. Like, it was when the BBC's 2025 Walking with Dinosaurs came out. And it was the T-Rex stood directly behind the Asdarkid. I can't remember which one it was. It was stood directly behind the Asdarkid. It's like, you were the Asdarkid, and then the T-Rex was the wife after you said you'd be up in 5 minutes. It's been 2 hours later, or something on the lines of that. Technically, do I need that? Let me move you across. We'll copy and paste you like this. Won't matter too much. Like I said, this is going to be slightly darkened anyways. Bring you back there. So I don't want any of that sticking through. The only issue, I keep selecting the the InGen, the Avery at the moment. Do I like that? No. I'm gonna get rid of these. Let's not delete the Avery. That'll be awkward. And I may as well get rid of them on this side, because whatever I do this side, I'm going to be copy and pasting over there. Okay, so we've got that. How do I want to approach? I want it to be cave view. Like I want it almost claustrophobic. Without ruining everything, that is. This rock maybe sounds appropriate. Oh, actually, yeah, that works out quite. Also, we'll have to do some adjustments here and there. Maybe this boulder. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to bring this back and see what it is. Maybe, yeah, you're not going through there, so we'll do that. I'm going to duplicate this downwards. I'm going to duplicate it downward more. Think. So we're going to spin this about. Make sure it's not gone through, which it has. There we go. About there, I think. I'm going to move this plate a little bit. And bring it like that. So it's a bit of like a ledge. It's still part of that. That's looking the same as that. We're going to keep the top one. I think we'll... Actually looks quite nice like that. Bring it that way a bit. Are you sticking through it all? Nope. Okay, so we've got our cave there. I'm going to move... Oh, you. Advance move. Slap you outside there. Let's just go for a little walk. See what we see. Nothing is glitching through. Walk through that like that. Okay, I think we're in business. And we come into a beautiful little... Yeah, it's nice. Okay. That's worked out quite nicely. So let's just... Go on you. Don't want you. Don't want you. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. What else has been selected? That. Copy and paste. And bring you over like so. Make sure you're not sticking through like this. We'll have to do a little bit of editing, I think. Because why does this feel... Wait, what? Why are you all the way over there? Yeah, sometimes that happens. I don't know why that happens, but sometimes it just does. I'm going to stick that, connect that like that. You're not piercing through. Kind of looks alright. I'm going to bring you that way, just a smidge. Okay, and we'll bring that just a smidge. It's claustrophobic still. It looks nice. Right, there we go. There are ways in. Yeah, they look pretty... Actually, no, they don't look too bad. The way it's turned out, so I'm quite happy with that. Hello first! How are we doing today? We live in the dream? So we've got that going on. I think now we're going to do... We'll start planting things up. We've got about 20 minutes. Let's at least get one side sorted. Maybe also try to think of some enrichment for the Mutadons. Maybe bat-inspired enrichment. It was kind of cool seeing them dangle down into the petrol station. So maybe make some bat-like enrichment for them, I think will work out quite nicely. So I'm going to plant a lot of this up. I might put the enrichment item there. I might hide one here. Maybe enrichment item over here and here. Or there, maybe. Or maybe even on top of the rocks. I'm still kind of intrigued. I've still not used a... I've not seen the Mutadons use the actual perches, but I've got a screenshot that was sent to me by Frontier. There, you see them sitting on top of the big disc in enrichment item, you know, perches, but not seeing them on the actual perch stands themselves. I just released Gulong. Is a short fella. Do you not like Gulongs first? But yeah, I quite like the Gulong. It's nice, feathery, but yeah, it's pretty small. It's also related to the Protoceratops, so you can have them like enclosures either side, a bit like I did in what did I do it in? I did it in Dino Dales, where they're either side of each other because they were related. Let's go for tropical. Let's do that. I really do love these ferns. Definitely sells it being with. Their territory needs compared to its size are annoying. See, I've not actually ever used the Gulong, I don't think, in the small amount of campaign I've actually played. But yeah, they're a little bit needy, aren't they? Kind of like the, you know, like when you go to like some of these butterfly houses and it's sort of, you're just getting smacked in the face by a leaf. I kind of like that. Place this one here. That one there. Maybe, like, I think about there, I think. Then I think I want long grass here, all down this area. Let's make it feel like it's kind of wild inside of here. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. Just spread it like this, and we'll thin it out in some areas. I just went on the other side of that rock, maybe here. Then what we'll do is we'll use the small one. Fill out some of the little bits here. Like that. And this plant's really overtaken this bit. It feels like, you know, kind of raptorish. We're appealing to the raptor side from Lost World with this. It's the long grass you don't want to be walking in, as we were so famously told, and nobody listened. I'll use the thinner grass out to really sell that it's just thinning out here. Maybe raise up a little bit here. And do the same on this side. We'll be thinning it out just a smidge. I'm gonna not try and go too crazy with plants again. I wanted to get a load of stuff into this. With being, you know, the 5,000 item build limit. I don't want to go too crazy. I think next up to the stuff I've been working on is a aviary glitch for the Minmi and Mutabarosaurus. Oh, you want them inside the aviary? That's kind of cool. I wish more Roland tempo in JP in Jurassic World, but also repeat, yeah. Well, I'm going to add some trees. Obviously, these are not quite the trees I'm on about, but we're going to add this anyways. Is that in the rock? There we go. Like that. I'm gonna add that there. Is that in the ground right? Yeah, that looks about right. I'll make this as large as possible over here. I kind of like that little arch. Like, I'm gonna add that there. So then, like, you look underneath, there could be like a compy just running through. So like I said, we'll add a little bit of compies into this. I do want some flowers. I think some flowers would be quite nice in here. A redwood would feel... Oh, there's not even redwood. Was that a Saduki? That might be a bit crazy. I think some trees would be definitely suitable in here, but not really big trees. More of the... Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure Chester Zoo's bat house has trees in. I'm pretty certain on it. I didn't imagine there being trees in there. Maybe I did imagine. I'm a little bit not sane when it comes to the evening times. The times of the evening. I'm gonna add that tree pretty close there. Hello, Zanch. How are we doing today? We living the dream? I've been doing a lot of building in Fallout 4. I've not played Fallout 4 in ages. I think I might need to make a Fallout Island in Evolution. I made one in Evolution 2, which was tons of fun. Maybe I have to do it here. Maybe a hot take, but I still didn't like Roland despite all the other morals and whatnots. He was still a poacher, but the actor's great. Yeah, I love the actor. I used to enjoy him in Sharp. It was one of my favourite TV series when I was growing up. It was good in that. But yeah, no, I kind of like the character. Yeah, he was still a poacher, but he was very gentleman-like. Well, he looked after his group to the best of his abilities. Also, InGen, the company of death, had put a spanner in that works of him trying to make sure everyone got home. Choo-choo, but still, yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. Poachers aren't necessarily great people. Push this area up a little bit. There we go. Need something here. I'm not going too, like, I keep saying I don't want to go too crazy. Well, this is me we're talking about. I am probably going to go off the rail a little bit of plantage. More than necessary. We'll have that there. Out here, I think. There's like a little sproutling. I want some probably hedgy kind of plant there. I'm gonna place one or two of these, I think. I don't want them. I have one there. Probably put one over here. Try and group them up just a smidge. Like that. Maybe some bigger ones at the back. I really do like this one. What's it called in here? It's a cabbage palm tree. But like, even as a tree, I can't help but just think it's not. It's not a tree. It's a bush. A swampy looking bush at that. I mean, part of his agreement to lead the hunters was to hunt the male T-Rex. I wouldn't call him a poacher. He was just there to lead the buffoons in rounding up the animals to the San Diego deal. Yeah, I mean, he was a game hunter though. Like he's hunted. He was the one that's hunted everything, and he kind of retired because hunting got boring to him. If I remember rightly, was the thing, because he's hunted absolutely everything. And I was like, oh well, you haven't hunted a T-Rex, and that's on the table. And he's like, oh well, I'm in. Okay. What else? Right. The mangrove trees and yeah, you know, it's kind of a nice level of bushiness. Let's use this. How high are you? Let me just. Not enough light over here. I'm gonna use this as the bushiness that's over here. I'm gonna do a little bit like that. Kind of looks like there's a trail through this bit here. Kind of a trail around the back bit there. Again, we'll just do some bushiness here. Bit of a squeeze through that bit there. We'll add some rockage. I think I'll carry on using the tropical rock instead of like multiple coloured rocks. We'll have this one. We'll place that there. Again, I want some little green lights hidden in this to just like sell the trees a little bit, you know, make them pop. Do that like that, I think. I'm gonna do this one, I think. So we've got some rocks there. That kind of sells that area a bit. Got this plain bland bit here for the critters to walk up and down. What's this one? Yeah, killing animals for sport. Nick Van Owen was a real secondary villain. I mean, hunting in and of itself sport. Yeah. How so? Yeah, he was an animal activist, wasn't he? Was it Petter he actually worked for? Like, it's funny because like just bringing Peter up, it's like I've said this a few times on the channel. When I was studying university and college, Petter was always used as a bad example of an animal rights group. They're not the best, and they do lie a lot to try and oversell their story and to ruin other people's reputations, which is interesting. The case studies that we came across was yeah. Always fun. What other in real life animal enclosures have you used for your Jurassic World? Loads. So I use inspiration. I don't ever copy directly, but I use things for inspiration. I'll show you. I think there's one. I say I think there is one on this map. I'll just place this one little plant there because I like it. But yeah, inspiration. Actually, there's two. So this one was an elephant enclosure. I'm pretty sure it's a zoo in Germany. I think this was based off. This bit is extra. Like, all they had was this bit here, but during the day, so they sleep here, and obviously they wake up here, and then what happens is they lead them through the zoo to a grass field, like a really big grass field for them to roam around. But that's based off that, but with my own take. Like, it's actually a brick building, but the shape is pretty much the same. And then over here, this is based off the Albert C. Steinlig elephant exhibit. Obviously, this is for the Margosaurus. This was heavily inspired by that zoo's enclosure. Obviously, done in my own taste, but the same with the elephant house being either side. Guests can go through the middle. Obviously, the elephants can come in here, or the Amargasaurus can come in here, and they do for food. So yeah, I do take a lot of inspiration from real life ones. And I do the same with PK a lot of the time. I like taking inspiration. Okay, now this is looking nice. I kind of like the plainness a bit of this. First and Greenpeace. Oh, that's who he was. He says Greenpeace, I think, in the film. He only joined for the women. Which means he was fired for being stupid for at least one. And he thought he was slick trying to save the heroes with the radio trick. That one's really cool. Thank you very much. That one took me a while to make. It went through a few development stages, that one. Right, I think what I'll do is we'll place a load of plants down. Keep things fairly similar. And we'll see where we go. We've got about 7 minutes left to stream. Again, actually a bit too close, I think. I want the higher up leaf as well. So it's going to be too glitchy through the fence, I think. Foliage. Ah, yes, kelp. That's not going to work too well for me here. Do I add bamboo? I love bamboo. I do. You know what? Let's. Yeah, we'll add some bamboo here and there as well. Go over. I'll have the bit of the smaller piece of bamboo, maybe up against here, I think. There we go. Remember, bamboo does take over things. It really does. In the real world. In the game, it stays where you place it, which I wish it did in real life. I use this tree, won't it? We'll fill that little crevice with that, I think. Let's get into here. I want this tree. Okay, never mind. We'll just undo it. It was a bit tall than necessary. There was a lot of cut things I wish... Yeah, there was tons of cut things I wish that they kept in. I sent you some rough sketches on what the design thing... Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that. I'll have a nosy and I'll let you know what I think. I know it's going to be good either way because you've done it. Like the board meeting over voting hammered out, Roland Tempest, bar fighting. The bar fighting was a pretty cool concept idea for it. Side of T-Rex in his anti-predator coffin cage gets tossed into water and being floated. Sounds kind of interesting, that one. Let's use this tree. Let's place this one over here. It really is trying to get like a right balance of it. I won't put any trees on this side. Like that. We'll still use the mangrove trees. Wherever, am I being blind? Have I got that out? Mango. We'll use the mangrove trees for bushes. I think they make quite nice bushes, to be honest. They didn't come through. Are we sticking out the ground here? You know what? Oh, let's just make life a little bit easier for myself. Where's the floodlight? Always on. There we go. I love the fact that I don't even know why I don't always use it like that, but man, I love the fact that we can now have lights on always. Because for this kind of job, it makes life just that bit easier. I think we'll get rid of this tree. If I can. We'll keep you there. We'll get rid of that one. We'll replace it with something that looks a little bit different from everything else there. So maybe something tropical. Or maybe even a dead tree. I think a dead tree will look kind of... Yeah. We'll use a dead tree there. And we'll use a sort of dead tree underneath here. Like that. I don't mean to look apart that, but we'll add a stump there. No, we won't. Not like that. We'll use cabbage trees over here. Obviously, when we add some of the lighting and things, it's going to look kind of like nicer as well. So obviously, this is going to be a darker area. I think what we'll do is, yeah, let's add some of this as well. Just some undergrowth. Obviously, as well, we got to go around with the decals. They're going to be good. He refuses to work to Ludlow at the end and turns down the warden job. That's right. And the cutscene where Ludlow is drunk on the fillers, it falls on the baby Lexus Rex, and Roland gets, yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice to keep in. The fact he got annoyed because he purposely, you know, he hurt the animal because he was being a drunk idiot. That would have been an interesting little tidbit to add into it. I definitely would have added more to his character, let's say.
What a wonderful day!
It is a wonderful day, and oh yes, it has been one. This has been a lovely stream. I feel like we've gone pretty darn far with this. I'm gonna add a little bit of grass here and there. Like it's taking over. I think that's where we're gonna have an enrichment item. So we'll probably add some like dust and stuff there to kind of fill that space up. I'm gonna add some of this. I do love this plant as well. A little bit over here. Just working our way down a bit. There we go. But yeah, let's save this. We're probably going back on this, I think Wednesday maybe we'll come back to this and do a little bit more building. Let's see where we are with bits. Minus, I've just selected over here. We're at nearly 2,000 items here. Will we get the enrichment items in? I don't know, because like I said, I'm going to try and not get too bogged down with the build and add way too much stuff. Before I go, I'm just going to add a few rocks. Just a few, don't worry. Just a few. It needs rocks. I quite like that one sticking out. That's a interesting looking shape. I'll add this one over here. In this bit here. Obviously, like I said, there's also decals to be added. Yeah. I really, oh god, where's my mouse disappeared? And oh, hello, Dynaphax. When grizzly bears learnt about the growler bear. Oh, yes. The mix between polar bears and grizzly bears. Interesting creatures. That's going to be, you know, that's going to be a good watch. Always is when it's Dynaphax. Right, I'm going to place that there. Got some good shape to it. I want another one of those actually. This is probably one of my favourite rocks in the game. There we go. Just one at the back there. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Right, there we go. So, we've actually done a lot. We've got ourselves a nice entrance. we have ourselves a nice cave way into this. Started planting it up, and it's looking plantish. This is gonna be so much fun, especially when we get like the green lights in there, the red lights on the roof. The roof. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. This is gonna be a fun build. Let's put it that way. There's gonna be a fun build, trying to not go crazy. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you laters.